That was such a great way of saying it.
Good.
Brian, you're hardworking. Jack, you're just there. You're in Hong Kong.
that's
wonderful.
that leads
No, I
to
love
also
it.
That's
Perfect.
perfect.
It was the
That
best
leads to,
character description I've ever heard.
I think we need to think about getting out of here. Because we're drowning and you don't see it.
The minute our feet leave Hong Kong soil, we are abandoning our son.
I think my marriage is over.
Has David been home?
No, ma'am. What am I still doing here?
Hi, Brian and Jack. How are you?
Hi, nice
Hi.
to see you.
Well, congratulations on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'm talking with the husbands of the show. And
Yes.
Yes.
and
We're
it's-
not in it, we're just the husbands.
Yes. Just
With
that.
well, you're kind of the opposite husbands. Brian,
Yeah.
you're a hardworking guy, and Jack, you're in Hong Kong with your wife, and you kind of.
That was such
That
a great way
was
of saying it.
good.
Brian, you're hardworking. Jack, you're just there. You're in Hong
Well,
Kong.
that's-
wonderful.
that leads
No, I
to
love
also-
it.
That's perfect.
It was the
That
best
leads
character
to,
description I've ever heard.
Well, that leads to trouble for your
That's
character,
wonderful.
unfortunately. So it's kind of the dichotomy, right? You kind of represent
Yes, exactly.
two sides of the coin.
Exactly.
Yes.
We kind of see that with the wife, and usually some stories where the wife is kind of like lost, doesn't know exactly what her role is, and Jack, your character is sort of in that place, right?
Yeah, it's everyone in their own way is a little lost in the show. That's sort
Yeah.
of the beauty of it. It's like, usually we're told stories, from the eyes of the victims. And I thought it was so interesting to also, tell these stories from the eyes of the perpetrators, the people who committed something and did something terrible, by accident or not. I think it's such a fascinating thing. It's almost like the forgotten. It's the people who you would never think of because they're the ones who committed this heinous act. But sometimes things happen completely by accident or, an awful tragedy sort of transpires. And I thought that was an incredible perspective to explore, and no one better than Lulu. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we get introduction to your character, Brian, early on, and then Brian, your character seems like a good guy, but I'm only on episode 2, so I don't know.
Oh, he turns evil. No spoiler alerts. No, I think the character in itself is really going through the situation that had happened to everyone, that kind
Right.
of ripple effect of everything. And I think the struggle with Clark is that he is the reason why they're actually there in Hong Kong. It was for him and his career and his kind of pursuits and in trying to kind of elevate. And in that sense, there is a sense of huge guilt within him, especially through this tragedy, but yet him struggling with that and trying to really bring in the family together and hold this unit and be the protector and or caregiver in that sense. So the character is very complex and very nuanced in that sense. It's not just kind of the one-note archetype. I think what Lulu does tremendously is do that. I think every single one of these characters are so incredibly nuanced. There's so much depth to them.
so layered.
And so layered, and they're going through such a journey, as you see from episode to episode to episode. It's compelling and fascinating to watch that I think audiences will really gravitate towards because the themes are yet universal, but you really have a sense of understanding with and living through these particular characters with what they're going through.
Yeah, I mean, you're really trying to hold it together, so I'm sure that
Yes.
eventually that'll break eventually. And I'm assuming you shot in you shot in Hong Kong.
Yes. We shot in
that?
Hong Kong.
yeah.
One of the most amazing cities on the planet. I
Unbelievable.
think the city itself, the people, and the food.
Oh my
right?
God.
The
It was
food.
unbelievable. Yeah. And I was allowed to eat everything.
Yes.
It was so
So
good.
envious.
Lulu was just like, eat everything, eat it all. You've got to.
Yeah.
And and I got gout. No, I didn't. It was tough. By the end of it, I was like, it's amazing where you do get to a position of like, it's such a great country. I mean, Hong Kong is phenomenal. We had just the most wonderful time there, and the people were so welcoming and exciting. You know, it was so exciting to be there. And yeah, it was a treat.
Yeah, it's a great backdrop with these characters. It really looks really awesome. I don't think we've seen this before.
Oh, well, that's great to hear.
Yeah,
Good.
I don't think so. I think,
wait until I turn into Batman, and you know, at the end of it, you haven't seen it, but
yes, you got to get there.
it's a Batman origin story.
It just turns.
It just turns. It just
like
turns
it's
into
such
it.
a surprise.
David gets sober and
then
becomes
he
Batman.
goes to Gotham. It's
Shoot,
amazing.
goes to Gotham City.
Goes to Gotham
He's
City.
been waiting.
That's episode 20.
That's it, as we keep going.
Next season.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm looking forward
Thank
to
you
finishing
so
the
much,
series.
Lee. Nice to
you.
see you.
Bye.